Good afternoon, students. Today we will discuss the single phase AC circuit part third. It means the single phase AC circuit is continuously going on in this lecture also. In this lecture, we will discuss the AC circuit containing resistance and capacitance. The AC circuit that contain pure resistance and that is connected in series with the parallel capacitor of capacitance C, then these circuits are called RC series circuits, and we are applying here a sinusoidal voltage V equal to Vm sin omega t, that you can see from this, and due to this the current is flowing from this and capacitor also, and the voltage drop at resistance is Vr, and here at capacitor plates voltage drop is Vc. Since both are connected in series, so the current in R and C is equal to this current I. Okay, and if I want to write the voltage for this, then VR equal to IR, and for VC equal to IXC, capacitive reactance. Is it okay? So that is the thing. So the circuit diagram of RC series circuit is this, and you can see here the phasor diagram for that. And if we are taking care about our this component is the pure resistance. We know in the pure resistance circuit, the voltage and current both are in phase, so they are in the same direction. But you can see in case of capacitive circuit, the current is leading by the 90-degree angle. So that's why voltage represented here and current is represented here, and that is the 90-degree. And if I will take the resultant of VR and VC, that will come here, and in this case we will show our phase difference by angle phi. That is the meaning of here. So when we will make the voltage triangle or impedance triangle or power triangle, then we will use this concept. So when we can see our voltage triangle, this one V R and it's V C, but you see it is our voltage behind by 90-degree by the current. Okay, so when we are taking care about this, it means we have to use operator J. We already discussed about the J operator because it is show we will write it the positive J when we are in the anti-clockwise by the 90-degree, but in this case we are in the 90 degrees in this direction. Okay, clockwise direction. So that's why we are putting minus here. In this case, we can write our voltage like this way, and these are our voltage value in terms of our phi angle. Okay, and the total voltage, if we are writing in terms of voltage, then in terms of the resistance and reactance, and then it is the impedance here. So you can calculate your impedance putting this value Z, and Z is nothing but R square, and this one equal to 1 upon omega square C square. Okay, and this one is the angle. So Z is this one, and the angle is taking care about. From this you can easily see this VC upon VR and putting the value of VC and this one. So this becomes equal to angle. This is saying about the angle. Which angle? What is the phase difference between voltage and current? That is given by the phi here. You can write your resultant voltage here, and you can see this one. So this is, we can represent it is the impedance. So it is the total opposition offered to flow of alternating current by an RC series circuit, and it is called the impedance, and it is measured in ohm. Now we will see the power in RC. circuit. So it is our applied voltage and it is our current here, because you can see from this figure and this voltage triangle, or you can say it's from impedance triangle, our current is leading by phi angle. So that's why I am putting here sine omega t plus phi here. Then instantaneous power is calculating by this. We are all every time using this formula, so it's a very simple thing. Now I want to take the average power consumed over one complete cycle. That becomes equal to this, and this component is nothing but it is double frequency component, so this becomes equal to 0. So our average power becomes equal to this is nothing but VRS value, and this one is the IRS value, and this cos phi, and the cos phi is nothing but it is called the power factor of the circuit. So you can see what is the power in RC series circuit. So our power factor is nothing but the ratio of resistance and to impedance of AC circuit. And if I'm putting the value of voltage and power factor, then I will get this value. And from this, we are very much clear that the power is actually consumed by only this resistance. So capacitor does not consume any power in the circuit that we want to say here. Okay. Here we can I also draw the power triangle, and that triangle you can calculate the apparent power, real power, and reactive power, because this is the our total voltage. And when I wrote the component of voltage, resultant voltage, which is it is nothing but it is VRS value basically. So this is this components if I am putting here. So this one is my real power, it's my apparent power, and this one is my reactive power. So these power values is given by this. This is the resultant impedance here. In the real power, it means is the working power or active power. So it's depend R, and the reactive power is depend on the XC, which is the reactive capacitance. Okay, so these are the powers in the RC series circuit. Now we will see here the voltage, current, and power wave forms. Uh, from this diagram, you can visualize the meaning of the voltage and current, because our voltage is lagging by the angle of this one, or we can say our current is leading by the phi angle. So what I am putting here, I am considering my voltage is started from by 0, and my current is leading here by the angle of phi here. Okay, so that's why I'm drawing like this way. So the current started from this, red is representing here current, and blue one is our voltage. Okay, so from these two we can see our power. The power, you can see this one is the our power. Violet color is showing our power. Okay, so you see here, this is the negative portion of power, and this one is the negative portion of power. Okay, so what we can say, this is the pi. So pi and pi minus 5, that is the duration we have the negative power. And here you can say what is the 360 degree or 2 pi. So the remaining is 360, or you can say that 360 minus 5. This is also minus 5. This is minus 5, and this phi is nothing but this angle is the phi. So there, that phase difference we are maintaining here. So this portion is negative, and this is one negative. For the remaining part, the current is positive. Okay, and you can see here very much clearly the area under the positive loop is greater than the area under the negative loop. So the net power is complete cycle is positive that we want. So these figures, in this figure you can clearly visualize where the voltage varying, how the voltage varying, how the current is varying, and how the power is varying, and what is the meaning of the power here. Okay, so this is all about the RC series circuit. We are not considering a RL parallel circuit and RC parallel circuit, because in these circuits the output voltage is equal to the input voltage. So we cannot use this type of the circuit for the filter purpose. So that's why we are not discussing the RL parallel part or RC parallel circuits. Okay. Now I'm considering RLC series AC circuits. It means we have three passive component together, and RLC series circuit is defined when a pure resistance of R ohm and a pure inductance of L Henry and a pure capacitance of C Faraday are connected together in series combination with each other, and as all are these elements connected in series, you can see here, so the current flowing from each component R, N and C will be equal to, and that is equal to I. So IR equal to IL equal to IC, and these are equal to I, and these are the voltage drop here, VR, VL and VC. Okay, and this is our applied voltage. So you can see, if I see the voltage drop here, that means VR equal to IR. It means it is the voltage across the resistance, and it is in phase with the current. Is it okay? When I am saying about this, VL equal to IXL, voltage across the inductance L, and it leads the current by 90 degree. We already have seen when we discuss about the pure inductive circuit. And in this circuit, is the VC is equal to IXC, is the voltage across the capacitor, and it lags the current by 90 degree. So we have seen this also. Now I draw the phasor diagram of RLC circuit. You can see here. We already know when we are on discussing about the R and L, in this condition, this voltage is leading by the 90 degree. Is it okay? And if we are taking care about the resistance and capacitance, in this case current is leading by the 90 degree. So this is the phasor diagram when we are talking individually. Okay. And now there are two cases possible, whether VL is the voltage at inductor may be greater than the voltage drop at the VC. In this condition, circuit will behave a inductive circuit, or if VC is greater than VL, then circuit will behave as a capacitive circuit. So here I do my all the calculation taking care VL greater than VC. Okay. So similarly, this case we can consider only the difference is minus sign. So I'm taking here this one case. It means I'm representing my this one. So this one is nothing but VL minus VC. This is in the negative direction. So this is represented here. I'm operating using J operator also to represent my quantity in a complex plane. And why I'm using the complex plane? Because it is very simple method to solve the problems. Okay, so this becomes equal to nothing but this one and this one we are, and it is showing our rotation, the phasor rotation. It means our omega in this direction. This is our phasor diagram, and the total voltage you can write this way because we are using here J operator here, and in this case this becomes equal to this, and this is nothing but our impedance here. So the resultant voltage you can calculate here, and from this you can calculate current also, R and XL and XC. So if we are taking care about in this case, it means VC greater than VL. It means our circuit is capacitive circuit. In this case, what happens? This becomes XC minus XL. So this type of the differences will come here when we will take care about this. So the Z is the total opposition offering the current flow of current in RLC circuit, and it's known as the impedance of circuit. So here we am drawing the phase triangle and the phase angle. So you see our impedance becomes equal to this, and this is given by this. So it's the Z square XL minus XC. When we are taking care VL greater than VC, in this case our impedance triangle becomes like this way. But when we are saying VC greater than VL, in this case our impedance triangle becomes like this way. Is it okay? Or this we can calculate by using our this one concept, XL upon R, and this will give our phi angle, which is the phase difference between resultant current and voltage. That is the meaning of phi here. Okay. So there are three cases in RCL series circuit. One is XL greater than XC. In this case, what we see, our this one angle becomes equal to positive because XL greater than XC, that we want to say here. And the circuit behave as a RL series circuit in which the current lags behind the applied voltage and the power factor is lagging. We have already discussed when we discussed about the RL circuit. If XL less than XC, it means this becomes equal to negative, and in this case, the circuit acts as a series RC circuit, and in which current leads by voltage by 90 degree. We have seen, and in that condition, our power factor is leading power factor. Okay, and if this condition is equal to, it means the phase difference angle becomes equal to zero, and this is nothing. It is the case which we will call as the purely resistive circuit. And in this circuit, the current and voltage both are in the phase to each other, and the value of the power factor is equal to 1 because the power factor is nothing but R upon Z, and in this case Z equal to R, so the power factor becomes equal to 1. This is the ideal condition. When we want to calculate our power in our RLC series circuit, then we already calculated in RC and RL, so I'm not repeating the whole derivation here. I'm putting the average power formula that becomes equal to this one, and this cos phi is nothing but it is the power factor of the circuit, and it is given by this. Okay. So this power factor is nothing but defined again the resistance to impedance of a AC circuit. And when I put the value of V and phi, then I'm getting here this. And again, you can see the power is consumed by the resistance. Okay, not the other part, not only inductance as well as the capacitance also. Capacitance is also here. So if I draw the power triangle for RLC circuit, then this is I'm considering the case where VL is greater than to VC. In this case, the my power total voltage given by this, and if I'm multiplying with the current, then I'm getting this value and this one value. Okay, so this apparent power is again given by the VI, and this is the complete impedance of circuit. Real power, it is equal to I cos phi I square R because it is the working power, or you can say the active power here. And this here we have now two terms because it is we have in R as well as C. Oh, sorry, L and C both are in the circuit. That's why it is not equal to QL or QC, but it is equal to QL minus QC when I'm taking care about uh, VL greater than VC, and if VC greater than VL, then condition QC minus QL. So that is the condition here. So in this case, we have two terms here. So the QL is nothing but I square XL, and that is the reactive power consumed by the inductor, and this minus, it means X square, X is the reactive power consumed by the capacitor. That is the meaning of here. Okay. Now, which is very important aspect in this RL series circuit, and that is the RL series resonance. So, what is the meaning of this, and what is the effect of resonance on the current or impedance or our reactance or power factor? Let me explain it. So, in RLC series circuit, the resultant current and voltage have phase difference. We have seen they have the phase difference which was represented by the tan phi equal to XL minus XC upon R, that we have defined it here. So and this phase difference is due to the presence of resultant reactance in the circuit. It means there is XL minus XC, that value is not equal to 0. So that is the reason we have there the phase difference. If that value is 0, then phase difference becomes 0, and our circuit becomes is the purely resistive circuit. So it's the main difference, phase difference, is due to the presence of resultant reactance. or if the frequency of applied alternating EMF is changed, then the resultant reactance will vary. Why it is vary? Because you can see this inductive reactance is proportional to this frequency, and you can see the capacitive reactance is inversely proportional to frequency. Okay, so when the frequency increases, it means the inductive reactance will increase, but capacitive reactance will decrease, and vice versa. When I decrease the frequency, then this inductive reactance will decrease and capacitive reactance will increase. It means by adjustment of the frequency. Okay, because when I can change my frequency, then I can change this reactance, and when I can change my reactance, then I can change the phase difference. It means by adjustment of the frequency or by the value of reactive component, a condition can be achieved when the inductive reactance becomes equal to the capacitive reactance, so that the resultant reactance becomes equal to zero. What I am saying is this omega L equal to 1 upon omega c, and that is the condition where the this becomes equal to zero. Okay, so it means this condition, what is happening, if this becomes equal to zero, that condition our impedance becomes equal to r. R is nothing but the resistance. It means the circuit becomes purely resistive, and the resultant current and voltage are in the phase. Okay, so what we can do here, and what we are doing here, we are doing the adjustment, or by the changing the value of reacting component, we are achieving a condition where the inductive reactance becomes equal to the capacitive inductance, and in this case the impedance becomes minimum, and that becomes equal to the resistance, and it means the circuit becomes purely resistive, and current and voltage are in the phase, and this condition is called is the electrical resonance, and the circuit named as a series resonant circuit. So let me explain the effect of the resonance on the various part of our discussion. You see this one, the impedance here. So what we are doing, what we are trying to achieve condition when this becomes equal to this. It means this difference becomes equal to zero, and this condition is the resonance condition. That's why I'm putting is here r and r. So the omega square becomes equal to this, and this becomes fr is nothing but our resonance frequency. So this becomes equal to this. Is it okay? Then you can see the total reactance here, this one. Total current you can see by given this formula, v upon I, or you can say V upon Z. So total current is given by this V upon Z, and our power factor is nothing but resistance upon the total impedance. So from that we can see the variation very clearly. We can see the variation here. So when we are at the resonance condition, it means the current becomes maximum, because this term becomes equal to zero. Okay, so at, if we are saying about the very starting point, when the frequency is zero, this frequency is zero, in this condition our circuit is basically capacitive, and the impedance value becomes equal to infinite, because frequency is becomes equal to zero. So in this case you can see this factor is playing very important role. This becomes equal to zero, this becomes infinite, so every term becomes infinite here, so I becomes equal to zero. So then we are started from here. When we increases our frequency, then obviously z will decrease. The Z, it means I am talking about the impedance. So impedance will decrease, and in this case our current will increase. So it is increasing like this way. And when we are increasing our frequency and we are reaching this condition, that condition, this becomes minimum. It is only become equal to R. So this is going to maximum. Is it okay? Or when frequency increases above resonant frequency, in this case our impedance our impedance now becomes equal to inductive, because this portion will increase here. And in this case, what is happening, because this one is our increasing, it means our current will decreasing. So you can see our current is starting from 0 to is increasing up to resonance frequency, and it is decreasing. Our current and our impedance is inversely proportional. So you can see here the impedance is starting is high and it's decreasing here, and is resonant frequency is minimum, and after the resonance frequency, because our this portion is increasing, that's why our impedance is again increasing. So you can see, and from this is the same effect you can see here. Our power factor is also, the power factor is in minimum value and increasing, and it becomes maximum when we are at the resonance frequency, because this becomes equal to 0. After the resonance frequency, this portion will be increased, so our circuit becomes now inductive. Okay, so before it was capacitive, now it is inductive, and in this case our power factor is decreasing here. Okay, and you can see the variation of the reactance with frequency here. You can easily see this is in xl, the inductive reactance is proportional to the frequency. So when I'm increasing, it is in like this way if I'm representing the positive cycle or in the positive portion, and in the negative portion it will be more like this way. So if I take care about the resultant of this, so it will be behave like this way, this even the results. So in this one, the this figure is explaining the variation of reactance with the frequency. So this is all about the single phase AC circuit containing resistance, capacitance, and inductance, and it is in the series. In the next class, we will see this combination in parallel. So I think you understood so many things about of the circuit. If you have any problem, then you can write a mail on sham@gwec.ac.in. Thank you.